What's up, team? Today we're going to continue making our mini collection for Ball Hog, and we're working on this tee design. Again, full length process, 48 minutes straight of me just designing. So let's go ahead and get locked in and get started. Today we're going to go ahead and design a simple t-shirt. The artboard I'm working in is 3000 by 3500, custom DPI 350, and I'm working with artboards in Photoshop. So let's go ahead and get to work. I'm gonna start off with this image right here. It's a stock image that I got. Resolution doesn't matter because I'm gonna be using a threshold anyway. And then let's go ahead and grab this Iverson right here. And now I basically want to blend these together. That's the goal. I was born by the river. Again, I'm just going to use subject selection. Check how that is. Again, this is fine because we're going to be using a threshold anyway. Oh, I'm on the wrong file. So I just press Q on my keyboard to go into this mode for masking. It's quick mask, basically. That's what the view mode is called. Press Q again to go out of it, and then go ahead and mask that. And I'm going to go ahead and convert this into a smart object, make another mask, and then go in with a black brush. And then basically just, you know, cut out the image as we see fit. I might actually just cut off his hair just because I think we can keep it in. There we go. That looks pretty cool. I use black. Again, you use black on a mask to remove and then white to add. Ooh. That looks kind of weird, kind of awkward, no? I'm going to go ahead and just use shift on the image. Yeah, that's much better. Oh, maybe reflected also. Nah, it's better this way. Let's go ahead and make sure we remove all this excess. And then let's add in. Perfect. Let's go ahead and cut this base image out because it's still one image. Let's go ahead and convert this into a smart object. And I want to write Ball Hog on this right here, so I'm going to go ahead and add some text. Ball. We need a new font. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, this is good. It's like almost like NBA 2K type vibe. Make a duplicate. Oh. And then I'm just going to convert this into a smart object, convert this one into a smart object as well. And then I'm just going to use warp. It's good. And I'm going to use this bottom one as well. Let's make it big first, and then transform and then warp it. And then I'm going to just group these together, and then I'm going to make a mask on that, and then go in with a black brush, turn off the smoothing. I'm doing a rough cutout first, and then I'm going to drop down the opacity, and then I'm going to add it back in. I just find it this way just looks nicer for me personally. Going with a soft brush. Boom, boom, boom. Something like this. I've always wanted to design stream. Would you guys watch a design stream? Like a Design by Will stream? Perfect. And now let's convert this into a smart object, and let's play with some blending options. What if we actually go into the blending options and just do it that way? Yeah, this is much better. There we go. I'm also going to change this as well so we don't get hit with the NBA copyright. I just used a patch tool. If you guys want to learn how to use that patch tool like a pro, go ahead and check out on how to make mockups. I think that was 2 days ago now. Let's add some more text. What's a good slang? Mr. No Pass. Do we need a different font? I hate looking at fonts on Photoshop. I don't know why. It's just not pleasing like Illustrator. I think this one's good. And let's go ahead and make this black. And let's go into the blending options. And then styles. Where's everyday layer styles? V1. Where's V2? I need V2. Did I ever group? Oh, this is V2. This is layer styles, everyday level styles, V2. Want something like this. Just gonna scale it. Scale it. Makes sense to make this one black and then make this one white. And then add another one and then make this one black. Perfect. Let's convert this into a smart object. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use warp to put this on his forehead. There we go. Mr. Ball Ass, Mr. No Pass, Ball Hog on the ball. Let's go ahead and group all this, make a duplicate of it, and then convert this into a smart object. Now, I have a whole video on how to make a cool threshold using the blending options. I think it's called like Easy Graphic Designs or the design that sells. I'll put a screenshot up so you guys can go watch that video. But in the pattern overlays, you can go ahead and add your own custom patterns to here. And like something like this, we scale it all the way down and then change the opacity. And I'm pretty sure the blend mode has to be on something like multiply. Yeah, something like this. Just play with the scale. Around here is what we want, because basically what we want is the threshold to show the stars with the shadows. So if I go ahead and add a threshold, yeah, you can kind of see what I mean. And I'm pretty sure if we go ahead and filter noise and add a noise, it adds to it. Yeah. Well, you don't want too much noise. Now I have this project open. This is an old project by the team over at District University. Can't believe that all this stuff sold out, but I really like how we did this font. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy this this layer style. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy layer style. I don't think we use this design. I think this design was scrapped, I believe. Let's go ahead and add a new text layer. And in this text layer, we're going to go ahead and add in, I don't know what type of by text that we want for the graphic. Let's go ahead and open, don't save. Let's go ahead and open that project that we worked on yesterday, which was this one, the ball hog one. Boom, 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 boom. We need some sort of logo. I mean, we got a bunch, all these. Something like this, because we want, you know, the designs to be cohesive for this video. If you guys didn't know, I'm working on a collection video for none other than Mr. EO himself. So I'm going to go ahead and add this logo around here. Let's turn this off real quick so we can see what we're working with. I don't know what to put towards the back. Let's look at some. I downloaded some references. Something like this. Oh, yeah, this is sick. What if I make a frame and then put Iverson playing basketball in the back? So ideally, I would want to make the frame in Illustrator because it's a lot easier to make the frame. So if I make a new layer here, and then add something like this. Like, making a frame isn't that difficult in Photoshop. I just find that doing this stuff in Illustrator is just a lot easier. Like, honestly. Actually, let me go into Illustrator and make sure that there's no stroke on this. Just add it in the back. Let's go to blending options. Add a stroke. And I'm going to go ahead and copy the color. Yeah. No, this doesn't make sense because I'm going to change the color anyway. Fog. League, NBA. I'm just trying to think of something to put in the back here. I think league might work. Like that's the only word that I can like come up with in my head. Also, moving around text to make like custom logos in Photoshop is such a headache. Like a lot of people say Photoshop is amazing, but bro, I swear you need to know both. If you know both, it makes your life a lot easier. For instance, let's say I wanted to make this into custom text. I would need to separate every single layer and then add it all into a group and then add a stroke / layer effect into that group. But if I go into Illustrator and then I get any font that I want, for instance, something like this, wild style, create an outline and then just ungroup it, I can go ahead and make my adjustments as I see fit. No hesitation. I'm going to go ahead and use Shape Builder for this logo. What is this font called? Wild Style. I think that's the font. It's like a graffiti font. It's a really nice font, especially if you want like that, you know, aggressive looking design. Let's go ahead and group this. And I'm gonna delete that and then add this to the back. Oh, did I copy it? Anyway, you can go ahead and copy items from Illustrator directly into Photoshop, but it doesn't work the other way around. I just had them as smart objects in case I want to go back. Now this design is very like wide, like as you can see, which won't print well on a long t-shirt. If we make a crop tee, this will make a lot more sense, but I'm trying to rasterize this font so I can go ahead and warp it myself. Let's go ahead and add a threshold. Might turn all this other stuff off and just focus on this because we added a threshold, we added that design. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and add a new layer, select color range, and then we're going to go ahead and make sure we have our shadow selected, and we're going to fill this layer in with black. And let's go ahead and let's not delete it. We already have a duplicate of it, so we can delete it. Actually, don't delete it. Let's just go ahead and make a selection of it first, and then I held Command on my keyboard and just clicked the layer that I want to make a selection of. And let's go ahead and fill this layer in with like a purple or something like this, just as a placeholder for us so we can see what we're doing. And then finally we can go ahead and delete this, and then we can add in everything. Let's go ahead and put this back. So I'm MVP like I'm Curry and LeBron, James Harden, and I'm trying to I'll set this to black. And then for this project, we did this like this design here, and this is basically what I want to do. I want to color it like this. And to color it like that, basically we just need to make a clipping mask on this color layer that we made. And then we just need to find a sort of brownish color. Like what color is Iverson? Where is his darkest point? Like here. Yeah, something like this. Right there. So in this clipping mask, I'm just gonna fill the whole layer, actually, not even a clipping mask. I'm gonna fill the whole layer like that. And then on the actual clipping mask, I'll start coloring everything else. So I'll use, I think I'm gonna use a blue for the headband. And to make that sort of, you know, textured look, set your brush mode to dissolve and make sure you have a very soft brush. And me personally, I like to make selections. Like if it's something like this, I'll make a selection for it because it is more cleaner. But if it's just like a general area or general face, I'll use the brush. I hate using this selection tool because if you double click by accident, your selection is made and you can't adjust it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use an eraser, soft brush. Again, I don't think you can't set your brush to dissolve. Oh, that sucks. So I'm not gonna use an eraser. I'm just gonna keep it as is. And then I'll select this and then use a lighter blue with that brush. And then just make like a rough outline. And then on the actual layer that we made our shadows on, we can go ahead and select, like if it's an enclosed shape like this, you can go ahead and select it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just color it a different blue. It's the no pass. I'll do that two-tone like ice look. That is fire. Next, you want to go ahead and color in your eyes. Something like this. Fire. You know, we'll just do the teeth a little bit. And then I'm actually going to turn on the original. I'm going to turn off the, because I want to get the shapes like the ball hog. Because I don't want to go through all that again. Where is it? Mr. No Pass. No. Oh no, I converted it into a smart. No, I didn't. Oh, it's right here. Lovely. I want this again because I don't want to go ahead and mask it individually. It's going to be a lot easier. It's going to be a lot easier to just use the masks that we created from the shapes. Let's just align it. It's a bit. Something like this. No, it's not aligned properly. Something like that. Something like this, yeah. I mean, that works. So I'm gonna go ahead and add another layer in between that clipping mask, so it just automatically clips. I'm going to fill this in with like light yellow. And then I'm going to set this layer mode to dissolve, so it has the same look as the brush. And then I'm going to add another layer underneath that, and that's going to be for the bowl. Get an orangey basketball color. And then go filter, blur, just a small Gaussian blur, not too much. And then I just use a dissolve. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add a mask to that color, clipping mask. And I'm just going to go ahead and just use the brush that we have with it set to dissolve and just cut out some of the fingers, you know? Something like this. See, perfect, easy graphic. I do have some, I made a whole video about making custom brushes. Well, it wasn't like a whole video, but I have some star brushes that we can use to fill the space. Where are they? They're around here somewhere that I made. I don't know. It's this one, I believe. Yeah, something like this. But then I have them in the brush settings. Window, brush settings. I have the spacing set like pretty far. And then in the shape dynamics, I have size jitter. So every single time you click your mouse, it's different sizes. So should be, yeah. See how it's different sizes? It's not like a uniform size. It just makes it easier. Something like this. As you can see, I'm trying to get like a trading card look. And I made this logo, the full process, in the video prior to this one. So you guys can go watch that if you want to go watch. There we go. To make it a bit more realistic, on this original color layer, I'm just going to go in with a soft brush again. Nothing too crazy. With like a darker brown. No. Let's color this one and then get like something around here. And then go within the shadow areas and just add a bit more contrast to those areas. Just make it seem a bit more realistic. You think I should color the jerseys? Well, you guys can't even talk to me. I'm just talking to myself. I don't know if I should color the jersey or not. I don't think I will. I don't think we need to. And let's go ahead and group everything, including ball hog. What's this? Ah, the mask that we used. Let's group everything. I might make it a bit slimmer. I wonder if I can add a filter, blur, Gaussian blur to this logo, and then set this layer to dissolve as well. But the whole layer doesn't go on dissolve, which is kind of maybe if I select them individually for this layer, because basically I want them to all have the same vibe as this main character, you know? It just makes the design a bit more complete. That's why I was thinking about adding some sort of texture to the graphic. We set it to like something like this. Let's copy this color. Fill this in. And then go filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Something around here. And then set this to dissolve. Turn this layer off. What if I go to blending options, and then add a stroke? No, that looks ugly. You got to try stuff though. That's all that matters. You have to try stuff. I like this look. I think I just need to add like a texture, just how we did on this one, like a texture like similar to this. And yeah, that's going to be it. So I'm going to go ahead and just search up into my computer. I have a bunch of textures like downloaded already. There's no point of me going and hunting for more. Probably have them all. Something like here. Yeah, something like this. This is like vintage. Boom, boom, boom. Let's add a layer here. Now with these like cracked textures, you don't need them to be like crazy high resolution. Reason being is because you're going to go ahead and use just the threshold anyway to get the blacks out completely, and then turn them up like a lot. And then add a layer on top of this, and then go select. Oh, we already have the mask, so select color range, and then that's it. We're going to just select our shadows, and then in this layer where we added our mask and our design, fill this layer in with black, and then you have this. Not feeling it. Too much going on. I need something more low key, I guess. What if I like try to darken the mood of the graphic rather than actually reduce the textures? Like if I just add a clipping mask onto this texture and just color it that way. Kind of like that. I think it needs one more though. Something like this. Something here. I gotta remind myself that this is not yeah, this is a filled color. Clipping mask. I just wanted these shadows to be extremely black, and I could have done that with just some curvature, but in a curve tool. But you know, it's always good to add in textures to your graphic. I'm gonna turn down the opacity of this one just a bit. I'm gonna have to go to Texture Labs. I didn't like any of my textures. Texturelabs.org. What's new? Is this all the new stuff? I use this one a lot. Mm. Do you think if I added displacement matte to the graphic, that might be a bit crazy? Like, I don't think that's crazy. Where's the grunge? Oh, grunge 340. I think I have that one. No, there's this one like a bitmap dot. I think that might add like exactly what I'm after. Because I'm after like this like sort of, yeah, something like this. It's like little dots. I like this. This is unique. I haven't seen a graphic like this. But there's no point of making it like that unless it's like just for digital display. What was that? Overlay. Let's turn down the opacity of it. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I think that's it. But knowing me, I do want to see it ripped up. I do want to see it looking like a distressed graphic, but nothing too crazy. Like, I think the one that I originally had was too much. It was this one that I put on. She said. 80% of designers just sit online looking for assets to use in their graphics to make their life easier when they could be spending that time actually working. But, you know, that's the vibe. Nothing's really hitting at the moment. Oh my God, what's going on? There's some ambulances around me. Ambulance. Nah, nothing's in. I think I'm just trying to do too much. I might just leave it like this because I think this is perfectly fine. There's no point of me, distressing it. If I do want to distress it even more, I think the way to go would be a filter, distort, displace, and then just using a very low displacement map, like half of this. Where is my displacement maps? Workstation, Photoshop maps. Ooh, something like this. I always use this glass map. Yeah, like this is cute. Like that little texture just added a bit more of, riz to the graphic. Riz was a horrible use of language, but I'm trying to describe my design like my teacher used to tell me. So yeah, graphic is complete. Let's go ahead and add it onto our mockup. I think I'm gonna just add it into the libraries and then put it on. Yes. And I'm gonna put it on a digital mockup. Let's search up for the Tech Packs 2024. Only on the Studio Wheel Patreon. This is not on my website. I get a lot of people confused, like, oh yeah, I bought this, but it wasn't this. That was the wrong one. Oh, well, I think we should put on a cutoff sleeve. And let's go ahead and color this using color book, CMY encoded. And then we're gonna go ahead and just use something like this, like a nice grayish tone to make our design. And libraries. Where did I put it? I put it in yes, correct? Did I put it in yes? I did I not? It's still gray. That means, oh, this takes too long now. I'm just gonna export as a PNG file, export as a PNG, and then just save it to my desktop. Because man, Iverson, ball hog. Where's my desktop? This one right here. Oh yeah, that's fire. That is cold. I think this is nice. And on the back, I'm gonna use this font. Or we don't pass. Something like this. And then create outline. The font I'm using is Wild Style Basic. Ungroup. I'm gonna group this. Actually, ungroup it again. And I group this. Wall hog, we don't pass. I'm using the Pathfinder tool to make them into one object. Group. And I'm just going to shape it to the back. Group. I'm going to go ahead and add this into Photoshop, add a new board here. Wrong thing. I'm going to copy and paste this to the back. And I'm going to go into my blending options and then styles. And I'm just going to get like this style. And then convert this into a smile object. And I'm just going to add a displacement map to this. Nothing crazy. Filter, distort, displace. Filter, displace, 10, and Photoshop maps. I'm going to use the same one we used for the front. Yeah, this is perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy all the textures we added. So I just added 3 different textures. One of them was color dodge, soft light, and then overlay. I'm going to paste them all to the back graphic. Convert that to a smart object, and then create a clipping mask. Did it affect it at all? A little bit. I want to copy this color and then add a bit of stars towards the back as well. Nah, that's fine. We don't need anything else. Let's create a clipping mask. Transparent. File. Export. Big export as a PNG. File. Export. File. Where is it? Export. Artboard's file. PNG 24. Ball hog. Drafts. Browse. Desktop. Open. Run. Let's go to Illustrator and let's just fill this in the same. But we are going into winter. Wouldn't it make more sense? Well, Americans are going into winter. We're going into summer. Nah, let's keep it. That's done. Let's check it out in different colors. Yeah, something like that. It's a good color. I like the difference between the orange and the green. Works perfect. Hope you guys enjoy that video. I'll see you guys tomorrow.